प्रधानमंत्री जस्टिन ट्रूडो ने सस्कैचुअन च एक न्यूज़ कॉन्फ्रेंस च घोषणा की थी कि उन्हां दी सरकार ने लॉन्ग टर्म केयर होम्स नूं बेहतर बनाउण लई $32 मिलियन प्रदान करन लई प्रोविंस नाल एक दुवल्ले समझौते ते पहुंचा। पत्रकारां दे नाल गलबात करदे होए प्रधानमंत्री ने उलवेड टैक्सास च हाल ही विच स्कूल च होई गोलीबारी दे नाल-नाल बंदूक नियंत्रण बारे उन्हां दी सरकार दे रिकॉर्ड बारे भी टिप्पणी कीती।
Here at St. Anne's, the facility just upgraded its rooms and washrooms and made the building more accessible. That's good news for people who live here. As we recover from this pandemic, we must all continue to work together to improve care for our seniors. That's exactly why we're here today. We've reached an agreement with the government of Saskatchewan. Through the Safe Long-Term Care Fund, the federal government will provide $32 million to the province to help improve care for seniors. This investment will support, for example, safer dining practices and increased cleaning and housekeeping. It'll also support enhanced screening protocols for staff. During the past years, I've had the opportunity to talk with many long-term care workers to thank them and hear their stories, but also their concerns. I know that for caregivers and managers here at St. Anne's, teamwork is at the center of everything you do to support residents. Well, our government will continue to be here for you because it's clear that better conditions of work for caregivers lead directly to better conditions of care for residents. Now, including Saskatchewan, our government has signed and announced agreements through the Safe Long-Term Care Fund with 9 provinces and territories: Saskatchewan, BC, New Brunswick, Newfoundland, Nova Scotia, Ontario, PEI, Yukon, and Northwest Territories. These investments are making a real difference for people and for caregivers. We're also continuing our work with the other provinces and territories to be there for seniors right across the country. One of the things that has characterized these past 2 difficult years is the extent to which Canadians have been there for each other. And we got reminded of that during the pandemic, but I know that we also know that that's the path forward as we deal with new challenges, as we continue, as this pandemic runs its course. We need to continue to be there to support each other, to listen to each other, to be there for each other, just like Canadians, particularly here in Saskatchewan, have always been there for their neighbours. All Canadians, seeing the sharp increase in deaths across seniors' homes through the pandemic, ask themselves rightly questions about how we're caring for our most vulnerable members of society. And that's why we move forward in agreements with the government of Saskatchewan, governments across the country, to make more investments in protecting our seniors, whether it's through infection prevention or cleaning or infrastructure investments. These are things that we need to do. As I've said, the federal government will be there as a partner to the provinces and territories in do everything we can to protect seniors. We understand that it is primarily a provincial area of jurisdiction, but